welcome back to Super Dope Podcast, formerly the Featuring, which sounds good, formerly the Featuring. I got my boy Deez over here swinging. What up, Deez?
Just chilling, man. It's an easy Sunday. I'm looking forward to a cocktail afterwards.
All right, I got my cocktail with me right now. Also, we have Ghost. Ghost, what's going on?
Big chilling, lazy Sunday, just the way I like it. So, yeah, here to talk some shit.
I'm glad you guys both had lazy Sundays. I had quite a productive Sunday.
That's old man shit, though.
Yeah, that's what happens when you own a house and have a family. What would I do that for?
I know. Today, right? My neighbor's kids slept over, so I was dealing with all three kids in the morning. Made them breakfast, yada yada. They went to a play date with my son's friend. So then I had to fix my lawnmower. Spark plug was blown. Had to fix that. And then the trampoline, had to put together the trampoline. It wasn't as bad. It only took about an hour. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, to be honest. So the trampoline came. Before that, I did my grass, too. I had to cut my grass. Shit was mad long. Crabgrass everywhere. I got to get weed be gone, for sure. And then did a little quick workout. You know what I mean? Trying to get it in whenever I can.
Damn, I don't like any part of that. I just got horrified. Like, our neighbors that I don't know wanted us to come over. I gave my little boy the pep talk. Yo, stay away. Be yards away. You could tell in his eyes he wanted to play, and the little girls are like, "Hey, want to play on the swings?" And I looked at him like, and then looked at the girls, and I was like, "He's fine." Yo, my man, I ain't trying to get near nobody, all right? I ain't trying to be near nobody.
And meanwhile, all the neighbors and all their kids are over here jumping on trampoline. I'm like, only 3 at a time, because the guys are going to be trampling each other. No pun intended. And then I'm like, all right, 3 at a time. And then they all want to rush in there. I'm like, no.
Well, have fun with that, man. It's Sunday, man. I want to play some old games today. I did play some old games. I spent some time playing Capcom versus SNK. I don't know nothing about SNK, and I'm sure we'll talk about this on another topic. Who the hell is Geese? Why is that a boss?
You don't know who Geese is?
My man, I don't play SNK. I wasn't a Neo Geo. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have that when we were growing up. A Neo Geo was like what, $800? I don't know. I didn't have that. I had the refurbished, the uncle refurbished Nintendo. So
the uncle refurbished Nintendo.
Yeah, uncle that's another topic. He watched that shit with soap and water. That shit never worked again. But that's a different topic. I was wondering who the hell Geese was, right? And he got some moves though. He got some moves, but got through it, beat it. I was very happy about that. Little side note. The VMUs don't need batteries to operate if they're plugged into the controller. I didn't know that. So,
right.
That was my
so how can you play them if they're plugged into the controller?
Well, the VMUs, they get power from the controller because all controllers were wired back then, so they get power from the controller. If you don't have a battery in it, then you just can't, pull it out to play the mini games and stuff like that on the side. But it'll still work. It'll still save your game. You'll still be able to access everything, even if the battery's dead.
Ghost. How the fuck am I gonna look like 80 years old, pulling out my VMU, looking like I'm playing with a Tamagotchi?
First off, the fact that you don't know or are unfamiliar with who Geese Howard is means you're not really a retro gamer. You just like to pretend.
Nah. SNK. I don't know SNK.
Yo, son, you never played Fatal Fury, King of Fighters? There's like 79 King of Fighters.
So I guess my first exposure to that was a whole other uncle bought me a game from the sales bin, and he got me Art of Fighting.
Okay.
I played it because you only had like one other game, right? Growing up, it's like you have one game because you got the system, and you better play that shit until you graduate high school. Then maybe we'll buy you one for your graduation gift. So I had Super Mario World. My brother got R-Type, which was super dope.
Yeah.
Super dope, like the name. And I got Art of Fighting. And to me that, and I might offend a bunch of people, but that to me was like a bootleg Street Fighter, right? Like everybody was playing Street Fighter.
Of course it was.
Yeah, 100%.
Anything out after Street Fighter was a bootleg Street Fighter.
Yo, I definitely was listening to a topic on that. Like the time that Capcom tried to sue another company that came out with a game called Fighter History or Fighters History, which was a bootleg Street Fighter. Capcom lost that lawsuit, by the way, but it was interesting how far back they went with the fighting genre. That shit went back to 84 when the first like Kung Fu was released. It was pretty interesting, but in any case, yeah, Street Fighter definitely set the tone for a bunch of those games. Mortal Kombat just took the formula and added, what they did. Yeah. And those finishing moves were just something else.
Yeah.
You ever played Street Fighter for Sega Saturn, the movie Street Fighter?
I think I remember seeing it.
Nah, it's definitely a thing.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing it. I never played it, but I remember seeing it.
I definitely broke my Sega Saturn controller playing that game.
So you threw the controller?
Shit was hard.
So you broke, and by breaking I mean breaking it from playing it or breaking it from slamming it on a wall?
A little bit of both, probably, because I would get mad and I didn't want to break it, so I would like slam it in my hand. You know what I mean? And then like there was a certain move with Guile that I was trying to do, and then like the D pad just broke off.
Bro, you need to relax. Ain't no move in the game hard enough that you're gonna break your controller.
If Guile from the movie game played like Guile in all the other games, I don't know what they were trying to do with, you got to hold back for 2 seconds, then you press forward, low punch.
I hate the charging moves. I
will not play with him for that. And then you had Zangief. Who, quarter circle, 3 times and a half, whatever that is.
Hell no.
1162 or whatever. And then you hit high punch, and then my man, you got fucked up before you did your second quarter.
Yeah.
For real.
You did your second 360, you were fucked up, and that was that. Zangief bad moves.
Fuck Zangief.
To be honest, I think that's the real reason why Ryu and Ken was the most used characters, because, quarter forward, quarterback, hard punch, light punch, you know what I'm saying? Like they were so easy to use, and I think that's why they were the most popular for that reason.
Now goes, and Jedi, chime in real quick. Did you guys play Killer Instinct?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
But what were those combos like? Because I remember you would do Killer combo or Hadouken combo, whatever the hell they were, but you had to keep hitting buttons throughout the combos.
But the thing is, it was super easy because with Orchid, I did Orchid's Ultra. Like I knew Orchid's Ultra like the back of my hand. You had to hold back, quarter circle forward with the Y, and then you just repeat, rinse and repeat with the punch and then the kick, rinse and repeat. Back, quarter circle forward, Y. Back, quarter circle forward, L. Back, quarter circle forward, A. And you would just doom.
Even then, with the ultra combo, eventually it just kicked in. You just had to initiate it. So I think it was like Saberwolf. It was you hold back and then forward to punch and then back and kick, and then my man just run off and hit you for 60 hits and then knock you off the map. And dudes just start screaming in the back, ultra.
Yo, that came out, man. When that came out, what was that was Rare, right? That was that company Rare that put that out there. What was the I'm going to use the word technology, but I don't think that's the right word that I want to use. Donkey Kong Country had it. Was it FX chip for the Super Nintendo? Is that what these games?
I mean, it was on Super Nintendo. I don't remember. I don't remember what it was called. But
it probably was FX chip because they had that 3D technology for the 3D was out.
And I think, yo, Jedi, do you remember that game? Stunt FX, I think it was called, for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I have it on my Super Nintendo Classic.
That game is bad, my man. I think I got a seizure playing that game. I was like, yo, my eyes hurt. I was like, God damn.
I remember playing that game, Judge Dredd, Donkey Kong Country, Clay Fighters at the Blockbuster video game tournament.
Yeah, I remember Clay Fighters.
Here
I
we
also
go,
remember
Mikey.
Judge Dredd.
Mikey's gonna show off now. Mikey's
Mike,
gonna show
he's
off.
got it.
No. I was gonna say, yo, do you know how demanding this game was?
Oh wow.
On the Super Nintendo.
Demanding, like it wanted
Alpha
stuff.
too.
No. Like, if you didn't have a CD-based console and you had a Super Nintendo and you bought this game, then you would experience what people were referring to as loading times. That game had to load to play. Very demanding. An awesome game. I don't know, when we do our next one of our next topics, I hope we could talk about the introduction of Akuma, because he's been my favorite. And who isn't he, like, in the lineage of the Street Fighters? Isn't that like the brother of Ryu's master? Or am I not right about that?
I don't know. I just know he got incorporated into Tekken too.
Yeah, Tekken is something I never got into, man. I don't know how big that is over.
I can't do Tekken. Tekken sucks, man.
Oh no.
They do like the reverse. They do the reverse punches.
Nah, Tekken was amazing. Tekken 2, my favorite was Tekken 3. That's when they introduced this dude Wolverine, who was like, you know, he was known for his kicks. You couldn't touch me, bro. You couldn't touch me. To this day, I was playing Tekken 7.
You know what my issue
it's like riding a bike. It's like I was playing Tekken 7. All the moves just came back.
Yo, you go and you pick up your game, right? You go pick up whatever it is, your fighting game. You crack open the case. You open up and you're like, oh, let me get the move list. Forward, forward, down, back, low punch. You do your attack. With Tekken, they show you circles, right? Which you could kind of get the gist of what it means. But then it's like circle, circle, Z. All right, what the fuck is Z? Z equals low punch. What the fuck is low punch? Low punch is square if you're on a PlayStation. You're like, yo, why couldn't you just put the square in the first place? I got to use the glossary. I'm in the glossary and I'm like, man, I got to refer back to the index.
Because
all right, they want me to hit X. Now I get it. So I can't rock with it. Nah, I'm good.
Because Mikey, the buttons was customizable, so square might not be low punch depending on how you got your controller set up.
Man, I'm over here like this trying to hit circle. Boop, boop, boop. They're like, yo, you got to hit the square button. I don't want to do that. Just tell me which one I got to hit in order for me to do the combo. And then even at that, it's like in Japanese, so I don't even know what move that is. It's a combo. Is it a projectile? Am I powering up? What am I doing? Now, I'll stick to Mortal Kombat.
The thing is, you buy all your games shipped over from Japan and everything. So it's Z, it's X, it's, W, Y.
Right now.
And then
so it's cool because I be faking the funk and I be with Bay, right? And I'll be like, oh, Bay, that obviously says Hanzo, and she's like, what? She gets so mad when we play these games. She's like, why do you play them in Japanese? You can't read the menu. I don't know. I think that's what the start should be, so I'm selecting it.
This guy's over there with a Super Famicom.
I love my games. And speaking of which, Ghost, remember you had way back when we started looking into the Dreamcast, you had burned me a boot disc.
Yeah.
So that's your, which I didn't know. That's your that's how you get around region locked games. Well, since the system only plays US games.
Yep.
So I had ordered a stack of Japanese joints. Because I don't know when's the last time you went on eBay and tried to pick up like a Marvel vs. Capcom Part 2, like on any system?
Never.
Well, maybe you'll never do it, but well over $100, well over. Like $100 would be cheap if you paid that for.
The reason why, Mikey, is because I burned it for free. Why would I go on eBay and try to buy it?
No, but I'm anal like that. So I ended up getting it the Japanese version for some reason. American buyers don't want the Japanese version. So I ended up picking up a few of them, part 1, part 2, and used the right into the game. They had a network component on it, right? So you could play online. I'm like, yo, they were wavy over there. You know what I'm saying? Like playing that game online. And then I loaded up the US version, and where that option is, it was just another logo, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Damn, yo, the US be playing sometimes. I mean, we would have been on dial-up.
wasn't worth it, man. I remember trying to play somebody on NBA 2K on dial-up. I hit him with a crossover. Well, they hit me with a crossover, but it wasn't anything they did special. They just went to the right and then went to the left, but the lag caused them to teleport from this way over here. So it was just like, yo, that move didn't even make sense. That's not even a real move. He didn't push no buttons for that to happen. Oh, my uncle is picking up the phone and I'm lagging out. That's what's happening. So it was just way before its time.
When was DSL introduced to consumers?
Around the same time, late 90s, early 2000s.
Damn, DSL, man. I remember that shit was tough to line.
If you had DSL, then you were all right. You were straight. You know, you could use the phone. You were on the portable.
The wave was back when we all had LimeWire. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Back when we all had LimeWire, you wanted to find the person with the T connections, T1, T2, T3. So that person with the T3 connection is like, oh yeah. They got the good internet. I'm gonna download from them. That was the wave then.
But now DSL just stands for something totally different.
Oh, I mean, DSL is still a thing, believe it or not.
But now it just stands for dick sucking lips. That's what people want.
Yeah, that's a well. Thank you, kids, for tuning in. This is the